They gave me the latest in video games, Super Pretendo. It came with the latest game, Space Monks. Go get 'em, Doug! Before long, I was suited up for my first flight. Disaster. I died. My turn!
And with a warm welcome. Okay, I wanted to say
Hey,
this.
shut up, this is Brett, Nintendo.
No, I wanted to say this. Because, last week we didn't introduce ourselves at all, and I was too drunk to get this across. Treehouse Gamer, blogger over at cheapassgamer.com, reviewed a bunch of podcasts, put us in the runner-up for Best Newcomer, and so I asked him, well, what would make us the best overall? What can we do? And he said, I like the under an hour thing, keep it short, 2 hour shit is only for legacy content, and please try and introduce yourselves. Nobody knows you yet. And we neglected both last podcast.
Which, by the way, turned out to be a very popular one. And
but I doubt that's a direct correlation with, like, oh, they didn't introduce themselves. This is awesome.
No, that's not why. But it was a good podcast.
Most of that was Michael's fault anyway. So
Yeah. So here we are introducing ourselves, Chris.
I am Christopher. It's only 3 people. You should be able to get this across. Yeah. The guy who's practically lisping from drunkenness and with the southern twang is Christopher.
The guy with the really nasal voice is Michael Rapara's PlayStation editor.
Oh, wow, it is really nasal.
I know!
And the guy who, I don't know what my voice sounds like, is me, Brett Elston.
Brett Elston!
Yeah.
Yay!
It's supposed to be the baby, but I think I have the deepest voice.
That's right, baby.
And I'm Shane Patterson, sexual deviancy editor.
And I'm Charlie Patterson. I can't sit down because I sat on a controller earlier and no one pulled out for Charlie motherfucking Patterson.
You called him Charlie Patterson.
Charlie Patterson. Charlie Patterson. One time I got my finger stuck in my nose. Learned to play guitar. None of that makes any sense. Welcome to another beautiful edition of TalkRadar, number 23, which I said today, the most useless number of all time. And the Rockstar people in the office turn around and go, fucking Jordan! Yes, I forgot. It's Michael Jordan's number. I didn't remember.
Oh, yes.
So, we're going to have a
Michael
Jordan-themed podcast in which we suck at base.
Wow. We're going to play the
on
entire Space Jam soundtrack.
Oh my god. But it was interesting. And being from Illinois when the Chicago Bulls were at their peak, Michael Jordan was a big deal in my home state.
Was it?
Oh yeah, man.
Oh, that's right. You guys were burning shit, turning over cars.
Oh, dude, we loved us some Michael Jordan. He's like the biggest basketball player ever.
He's one of the few who got his own side scroller.
He did. Windy City.
Yeah, didn't say that.
Chaos in the Windy fucking City. Stupid game.
I get to play
Much better, just for the title screen music alone, if you're an NES nerd, Jordan vs. Bird.
Jordan vs. Bird, hell yeah.
Which I have a very quick story about that.
Go for it.
It's barely a story, so if you hate NES games, you should listen anyway. When I worked at Toys R Us, see how I'm tying everything together here? We're like a minute in, and I've already got 3 very specific anecdotes. I worked in the back with putting bikes together and shit, and I brought in a CD of video game music. Other guy that worked there doesn't know shit about video game music, barely plays any game that isn't Madden or Tony Hawk. And then one day, the Jordan vs. Bird title screen music comes on. He's walking by carrying a swing set on his shoulder. And he stops in his tracks, and he's like, that's Jordan vs. Bird! And then just keeps on walking. It was we bridged the gap there. We became friends.
For life?
Till I moved out here.
Was he at the bachelor party you just returned from?
No, he didn't. And I am tired as hell from 4 days of bacheloring.
Still?
I feel you, friend.
Dude, I slept like nothing and drank all the time, and then, oh my god, the money that's gone now. Anyway.
I've been awake all night playing Midnight Club, so I am tired.
Are you reviewing it?
I'm reviewing it, and I was like, yes, I'd love to review Midnight Club. I love Midnight Club, and now I fucking hate I hate it because for like reviewer reasons, because I'm trying to progress and open up everything, finish the game 100%, and it's so big.
Yeah, that's the problem when you review.
Long.
The problem that we have when we review games that I don't know how much it comes across in writing or how much people know outside of podcasts and industry. Is like when you have to review a game, like it sometimes really sucks. You ruin the game for yourself. Like you are viewing it so critically and being so objective about it that you don't even really have fun with it. That's the thing.
The critical part's done.
Yeah.
I have my criticism. I just need to see what everything the game has to show. And I do like the game, but I'm tired.
Yeah, well, one of the first drafts of my review for PTOM, PlayStation, the official magazine, was I almost said it's just too fucking big. And it's like, but that's not a problem for anyone except me who's trying to play through it in like 3 days.
You folks out there reviewing this know that this is too big. Like, no, everybody else out there is playing it and buying a game for $60 that they want to play.
That's a plus for everyone who doesn't have to finish a game in a week.
It does suck.
Oh, whack cry. We have the hardest job in the world.
Yeah, certainly not complaining. It just,
Oh, top 7.
Top 7 this week was written by one of our UK... GR newcomer, Dave Meekleham. I will not pronounce that name.
It's Michael Ham.
Michael Ham.
He's going to get pissed at us now.
Well, whatever. It was a good top 7. It's tearing the fuck shit out of Dig. It's got a lot of comments. It's doing very well. It's the top 7 toughest opening levels. The idea that most games, and I agree with this today, are just too heavy with the tutorials and guide arrows and hold your hand all the way. These are the examples of games that just said fuck you and kick your ass right from the start. Obviously there's many more than 7, as the comments have pointed out, that you forgot this thing that.
I think that was kind of the thing about it, because everybody.
But they're right. They are right.
Every top 7, whatever. I think it was top 7. In this case, I don't mean to speak for the guy. Top 7 that are funniest, and these things are fucking funny.
Yeah, they're funny.
But because everybody has something they struggled with. I hate coming in here saying I had a hard time with something, and one of you guys looking at me like I'm an asshole. You had trouble with that, bitch.
Well, that's because it's fun.
It's fun to call me a bitch.
It is.
Do you know my alcoholic, abusive, orphan stepfather used to call me a bitch?
No. Your stepfather was an orphan?
Well, he raped me with the same cricket paddle he beat me with.
Man, that would kind of suck, being beaten with that cricket paddle.
I'm extremely regular now.
Did he at least clean it in between beatings?
No, that's what made it
God.
It infected all the wounds.
Jesus.
Because it was smeared with scared poo, which is different from regular poo because it comes out before it's done.
Oh, God, yeah.
Brettleston?
Yeah.
What was the first entry on the top 7?
On the top 7 toughest opening levels?
Toughest opening levels.
Yeah. Well, the number 7 entry is called The Rampant Robot from Alien Hominid.
Good God.
Actually, the boss of the first level.
Yeah, the boss of the first. But he came up with fun names for each of them. In this case, he called it The Rampaging Robot. Having never played Alien Hominid...
Really?
No, I played Castle Crashers to high hell, but I didn't play Alien Hominid. I heard it was extremely difficult, and that kind of turned me off.
It's practically impossible. I played it the Flash version to death. Got the new one. I'm like, this is unbelievably hard. I can't pay for this. And I love the Singes and the Paladins and the Fulps. I'm a big Newgrounds fan. But yeah, it was really difficult. Not that I think this robot was that difficult. I think the entire game is difficult. You download that demo, I don't think it entice many people to keep playing because it's fucking hard.
Yeah. Well, that fucking robot too. I mean, like I can get past that level pretty easily. I can't get past that level without using up at least 2 of my continues.
The laser guy with the laser on his back?
His head turns into a laser.
Yeah, it's a simple bottom row, jump up, jump the laser. I remember the pattern. I thought it was pretty easy, but the rest of the game, the rest of the level is fucking ridiculous.
Well, I mean, it is supposed to be toughest open. I bet comparatively, this opening level is far more difficult.
Again, that's why I think this thing did well, is because everybody has an opinion on what they think is the hardest thing ever. Yeah. And then here I was complaining about it 4 seconds ago. Yeah. I didn't think this was that hard. This boss, the game itself is fucking difficult.
Extremely difficult. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, since that's all we really have to say about that.
All right, Forrest.
Well, no one can ever say those words strung together without having to mention what is it? Let's think here.
Trying to move you on.
A 14-year-old movie?
Hold on. Life is like a box of Elstons. Keep going.
Here I go. All right.
Here he goes.
Boom! I have arrived at number 6, and that's been dubbed the wax on, wax kick your face off.
For what game, mind you?
Is for Ninja Gaiden. The first, and I agree with this one. I wholeheartedly agree with this fuck face.
Me or David?
You. No, Dave. The author. No, the first boss of Ninja Gaiden is this dude using nunchucks, and my whole problem with the Ninja Gaiden, and I love Ninja Gaiden. I love the NES ones. I like the new ones. But you're supposed to be like the best, baddest ass ninja ever.
And everything kills you.
And everything kicks the shit out of you. And and the first level alone, you get to this boss, and it's already been kind of a tough scrap to get there. And this boss just using nunchucks. Meanwhile, I'm using swords, stabbing him repeatedly, and he kicks the fuck out of you.
Yes.
Yeah, that's...
Sorry.
Oh, you're right. That's the right sound effect. And yeah, he's just this dude with white hair and a headband that just pisses me off. It's like, I've hit you 30 times with a sword in the dick and the face and the asshole, and you're not dead. This is it's absurd.
Nothing
in the
hurts.
asshole with a sword.
I stabbed him in the asshole.
The sharp part.
Oh, okay.
Nothing hurts.
Fuck! I was using the handle.
Sharp part of his asshole.
Nothing hurts. Cuts like a knife.
That's rape.
There's nothing worse than losing a fight to an albino. I don't know why that is.
He's not an albino, he's an old man. That's even worse. And we've just lost our 5 albino readers.
Oh, where are you going, Pasty?
Oh dear.
What's the next one?
The next one, I remember this, but it's from Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for Game Gear. It's kind of I don't know. He doesn't really come out and straight up say, near as I can tell, what he thinks this is, but the image is this boss that it was 2 pinchers coming out of the ground, and you would have to stab them. And this is like me remembering from 6th grade, but I just remember that game being really not helpful. Like, it wouldn't tell you what it is you're supposed to be doing to each boss. Like, there was a pattern, but there was no hints at all. And it was a really shitty game.
That's how I remember all the games of that era, to be totally honest.
Yeah, like Sonic 1 for Game Gear was kind of more or less a port of the Genesis one. They just changed some stuff. Sonic 2 for Game Gear, completely different game, so you went into it not really knowing what it is.
I think
this boss, I remember, like, you're on a slope, and yeah, like this picture is, it's just this crab thing, crustacean coming out of the ground.
Roar!
It's just really dumb, and I honestly don't remember enough to say it was that hard or whatever, but...
Actually, what did you say about... Who said that? Was it you or Brett about the UK and Game Gear?
That nobody except for Brett played this game outside of Europe?
I thought you knew some statistics, like the Europeans played Game Gear more? Is that...
Well, I notice Game Gear, and particularly Game Gear Sonic, tends to show up more in European articles and retrospectives. Yeah,
because I played it, but I remember, like, this is not the Sonic I like, and
it's just far inferior game. There were like 5 Sonic Game Gear games.
Yeah,
because after that was
Tails had his own game.
Tails Sky Patrol.
That's right.
And then there was Sonic Triple Trouble and other bullshit. This is all before Sonic sucked ass, kids. There was this is when Sonic actually had a point. Mm-hmm. I say that as I'm now playing Sonic Chronicles, and it's not
Sonic the Hedgehog in the windowless van. Ooh, look out! I have a picture of that you can use. I really didn't do it on purpose. Anyway, the next one.
Yeah, number 4. And if people think we're blowing through the top 7 pretty quick this week, you're right.
Seriously, like, we just try to introduce ourselves. We're gonna try and cut it down. I'm sorry, everybody. Last week was really long, very hard to edit.
Yeah, but I mean, people seem to like it, so.
Yeah. Number 4 is the Crushing Crash Course, which, again, not giving the guy shit. I thought this was easy as fuck. This is it's a checklist you have to go through in a parking garage in Driver.
Before the game even starts.
Before the game even starts.
I did this.
And I'm happy because now it means I get to play Stiff Little Fingers, Gotta Get Away from the Commercials, because I love that song.
Again, this came out 99 or something like that. I was working at Toys R Us, and we put up, during Christmas, we set up one of those GX TVs that had the speakers that would open up.
Oh, one of those gaming exclusive.
Yeah, it was a gaming TV that was. I ended up getting one for free because they were just giving them away after 3 years of none selling.
Yeah.
Because what's the point of having a TV with a huge subwoofer, 2 crazy speakers when the monitor is 15 inches? What's the point? It's useless. It's huge and heavy.
The point is, you set it up in your dorm room and
Yeah,
college
man.
kids will flock to
Kicking
it.
back with your Birkenstocks on, kicking up.
You make massive disposable income.
TV's on your chest. You're drinking like 6 Mountain Dews at once with no regard to your diabetes. Miss college.
Just
Ah,
like keeping them
coffee.
in the yolk and pouring them down your throat.
What's weird is I didn't know what you were talking about until you said the crash course before you can play the game, because I had heard through reviews back then, this was like 99, and I heard Driver's a good game. So I put Driver back in the break room at Toys R Us where we had this TV set up, and I'm like, cool, I love getaway games. I love that shit. Smuggler's Run and anything like that where I can just get away from the problem is really fun. And then it says like, okay, basic tutorial. Let's go through all this bullshit you've got to do. And I couldn't get out of that fucking parking garage. I literally didn't know what to do. Yeah, I hated it. And in turn, I ended up buying Driver for Game Boy Color, which was awesome.
Oh, God, I thought you were going to say the other...
No, it was... Like, seriously, if you have a Game Boy Color or an emulator, Driver for Game Boy Color, probably the best version of the game.
Well, I'm excited. I love racing games. I consider myself a bit of a racist. I really like races in games. So I'm a pretty decent racist. So I got Driver. I was ready to love Driver, and you said Smuggler's Run, but this predates Smuggler's Run by a year or so. It predates GTA.
It does.
The pre-GTA Driver was the best fucking thing in the universe. I played it on a console and played it again on a PC for better graphics. Something I want to slap my own wrist with a freshly cut Switch just for considering. That's how much I like the original Driver.
Until Driver 2 came out and kind of ruined everything.
So it lost it immediately.
Yeah,
like,
it did.
They're still making them.
And then when Driver 76 came out, like 2 years ago, the only thing we did in the office with it was the replay and like get people stuck under the wheels. I remember like sitting at Michael's desk watching the clipping.
Parallel Lines?
Yeah.
I think 76 was like the PSP one.
Parallel Lines, yeah. Where it would just get people stuck under the car and then watch from the dramatic camera angle of this big-haired 70s dude getting destroyed by a car.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. 70s, man.
And now I'm bored.
Yeah. Anything from the 70s sucks, right?
Right,
Yeah.
man. If you can remember the bicentennial, fuck you.
Fuck off, 76.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't born then, so...
You should have dined in Nam. I don't care if you were born in 74. Too many dates.
Just so you know, before we go on, right now the contender for my quote of the week is, I love my racing games, I'm something of a racist. So don't cut that out.
I say that all the time. I love constantly.
That came up when I was writing the cheesiest video games article, and I was like, Captain Falcon is a master racist. And I was like, wait a second, I can't say that. And then I thought, whatever.
I use it... One of the first things I did with Michael, I remember we had to cut out, and just because we had to write about 50 PlayStation games in like one day, like tiny little previews after you went to the Sony Gamers Day.
Oh Christ, that thing, yeah.
And like I've written about 6 racing games, and it came time for Sega Rally Revo. I'm like, oh, there's dynamic mud. This is one filthy race that even the biggest bigot could get behind. And,
I remember that.
And we all looked at it and like that's.
Wow. Yeah, I remember that. Christ.
Earned hearty laughter 1 year later. All right. Okay, number
3.
the Big Bird Battle.
The Big Bird Battle at the end of Super Ghouls and Ghosts, the first level, which I'm going to have to be the asshole on this one. I didn't think he was that hard. The game itself,
Amazingly hard.
Yeah, extremely punishing difficulty. It's the kind of game where if you don't know anything about Ghouls and Ghosts, this is a game that's already, like, stupid hard. But to beat it, you have to get to the end of the game, find out the boss can only be hurt by one weapon, that to get, you have to play through the entire game again to get that weapon, and then use it on him at the end of the game. You have to play through this game fucking twice.
That game is cruel.
It is. It's unfair how rude it is.
I always wondered like how I would read about this game in magazines because older people writing about it seemed to love it.
Yeah.
None of my friends did. Nobody I knew liked it, and then I fired it up one time like really late in the NES. I'm like, Super Ghouls and Ghosts, whatever. No, thank you.
I loved it. I played the shit out of that game. I actually did beat it. I went through it twice and beat that shit.
I was an Astynex man. How do you say that?
Ooh, I know Astynex.
Yeah. I received that game for 3 Christmases from my mother, which is 3/4 of the game she ever bought me.
Wait, you got it 3 times?
Growing up, could any of your friends agree on how to pronounce that fucking game's name?
No.
I heard
Please tell me no.
Astyanax, Astyanax, Astyanax.
You know, don't you?
I don't.
I always called it Astyanax,
That's probably right.
which is just as wrong as any of the others. It should have been in that top 7 mispronounced game.
Which sounds like a sexual position. Yo, bro, me and this girl, we went ass to necks.
shit.
Wow.
Uh,
But yeah, the Super Ghouls though. That the first level and the fucking Master Neki boss at the end, which I remember because I saw the credits to that game. Because I beat it 4 or 5 times when I was a teenager. I went back. I could not fucking get to that point, as an adult.
It's really hard. The last time I played through it was 4th of July, 95. So I probably rusted up quite a bit. But
I'd like to point out, trade secret, it's so hard, the writer of this article could not get a screen for it.
Apparently so, because there's no image of it.
I see Sesame Street stuff, Shadow of the Colossi. Oh no, he's got the bird in there. I see him.
Yeah.
Well, he got a sprite rip. He doesn't have a screen in front of him. Anyway, number 2 is...
God!
I know
I hate this fucking game.
the scandalous skateboard jump from Bart versus the Space Mutants, which again, is one of the hardest, shittiest games ever.
I'm sour right now. I forgot this is on here. I'm fucking mad at that game. I played those stupid games so much out of my stupid love for The Simpsons.
What's great about it, this didn't happen in Bart versus the Space Mutants, but Bart versus the World, one of my friends and one of the listeners right now. Oh my god. What?
Bart versus the World. I played them all, man.
Bart versus the World. He has on tape. He might be able, I don't know if he could get this audio.
It's even worse.
It's worse. He might be able to get this audio for us, I don't know. But he, as a child, as whatever age we were when this game came out, he has on tape him playing through the game. And then, of course, the game kicks his ass at this horrible part that's way far. And of course, this is back when games you had 3 lives, no continues. Fuck you, start at the beginning. And he gets really far, and he starts freaking out on this tape while he's recording himself. And then his dad comes in and just starts... just something like, "Oh, Jiminy Cricket! Oh my God, you're being so noisy," or something like that, and that's exactly what I think of.
Here's my impression of the QA for that game. Oh man, that's Bart Simpson on the cover. Print,
Bravo!
Print,
Send it on. Yeah, I just want to note, it's interesting. He says thousands of gamers are huddling around their Master Systems / Mega Drives / Amigas to help him conquer nefarious and Invasion of the Body Snatcher style aliens. I just want to ask, it's like, how many of you out there played this game on a Master System Mega Drive that's Genesis to Americans, or an Amiga, and not on an NES, which is not mentioned at all?
That's the divide between Europe and the US. The NES was not the runaway success it was here.
No, I don't even know what an Amiga is. Wasn't that like a dot matrix console? Like it just kind of printed out very slowly the screen. Anyway,
yeah, it's connected to a mainframe. I think the game was Zork.
Little bit of trivia: who is the guy in that picture? The boxer.
I believe that is.
Oh, it's Frederick Tatum.
Did you both of you get that?
No, he got it.
It is
I
Frederick.
confused it with the Don King character, which is
Lucius Sweet and then Mr. Armageddon.
Captain Holocaust. All right.
Professor.
Is this number one?
Number 1.
Antonio Banderas. I would be number 1.
Number 1.
Number 1, I take issue with
Brett takes issue with
the evil elephants from Mega Man 9.
Are you going to take issue with it on?
I'm going to take issue with
technicality.
I don't remember any of those elephants in the Splash Woman stage.
Is that the one you played first, you pervert?
That's the one you're supposed to play first.
Wrong. It's Galaxy Man.
No, you're supposed to start with Splash Woman in the guide I wrote. Anyway,
I was going by all the other guys in the
EGM said the same thing in this one.
You can start with Galaxy or Concrete or Splash, honestly. Anyway, top 7, number 1 is the evil elephants from Mega Man 9. They're in Concrete Man's level, and they are very difficult. And the only reason they do this shit where it's like a robot elephant shooting a ball at you. And the first one is very easy. The second one is pretty obnoxious because it bounces a weird way and you've got to avoid it. And the third one is just being an asshole because there's pits that you can fall in and die, and you have to start all the way back at the beginning of the level. Very difficult. There's a really funny image of Mega Man destroying an olive font from Return of the King, which is
that is fucking Dumbo, which is why I'm playing this music right now.
If you hit page down...
Oh, whoa.
See,
oh, Durr.
Yeah. But the thing is, I wish he would have... This is what happens when we have...
Please acknowledge how much you like the song I have being sung by the Racist Crows right now.
I don't know what song it is. I've seen it.
I think I've seen a house fly.
I've seen a front door swing. I've seen a diamond ring.
Wow.
I heard a diamond ring. Anyway. But I have a video of me doing this on the site with the video guide. I was hoping he'd embed the video of me fucking those 3 elephants in the butthole.
Yeah, but really, look, it's the most ridiculous thing I've seen in a Mega Man game.
It's really hard.
Fuck that. I played that game. I'm having fun with it, but I'm in the middle of reviewing several other things. I get to play it in like very short bursts.
Yeah.
They're wrong. Mega Man was never that hard. They made it really fun.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people still saying 5 is harder, and 5 is fucking hard, I'll agree. But I think 9 is pretty damn tough. It's probably... Maybe 5 is still the toughest, and 9 is second.
9... Dude, the level designs in 9 are deliberately evil.
Yeah, I think they're kind of...
They're all designed... Even stuff where there's no enemies present is designed to fuck you up.
Yeah.
Not even in Beyond.
Yeah.
The worst thing in all Mega Man are the disappearing blocks.
Yeah.
There's so many other things worse than that in Mega Man 9.
Yeah. There's only one set of disappearing blocks, and they're actually quite simple.
Easy. I'm stuck on Plug Man right now.
Really? Come on now.
Again, I play for 1 or 2 minutes at a time.
Well, that's the top 7.
Out of the top 7, whatever.
And I'm working on next week's top 7 now and pulling my hair out trying to finish this fucker.
But coming up next, we are going to talk, like, I have a bunch of audio-based crap. Because I don't know about you guys listening, but I think whenever we do something that's audio-based, it's kind of funny and exclusive to us.
Yeah, the 20th we did the cheesiest video game songs.
Yes.
And 21st we did, or just last week we did the guess the game
iconic game sounds.
Game
sound.
And
we're going to announce the winners to that contest.
Oh, yes.
Later in the podcast.
You will know who won.
But till then, I got something I worked very hard on, which may not work. And a bunch of fucking news and new releases, questions from you, highlights from you, stuff that you wrote that made us laugh, and some actual audio submissions from listeners. So keep listening.
Yes.
Oh, we know TalkRadar's awesome.
Why does everyone hate Battle Network? Because I do.
Saints Row 2 lets you totally shoot piss out of a car.
If you're listening and you were born in 1997, that is bad, and we hate you.
And to top off Michael's sentiment.
But we try not to get a big head about it.
I am the third revelation! I am the third revelation!
But we need your help to spread the word and keep the Carnival of Filth alive and on the air.
Would you kindly?
Do your friends at TDAR a huge favor and tell your friends about the show. Review us on iTunes.
That was totally wicked!
Hit us up on Dig. And hell, just keep listening.
Good, clean, wholesome fun.
I don't know. They pay me to do this.
Xbox console won't turn on. I think there's something seriously wrong. My ring of light is just flashing angry red. I think that means my 360 is dead. Well, I heard they die easy from a broken parts disease. I should have bought extended warranties. Now it really seems such a waste. I still had lots of hard disk space. I wonder how I'll get this thing replaced. Hey, I could cry a little. Nothing is forever, but it didn't so brittle. Microsoft will tell you it's good to play together. Here I am alone with 3 red lights. It wasn't old, I bought it just the other day. I thought I had a lifetime left to play. I went to sleep and I figured I'd try again at dawn. Push the button, but the system won't go on. I called the store, told the manager everything I learned. He said they wouldn't honor my return. The problem's anybody's guess. The situation's such a mess. Sometimes I think I'd like to watch it burn. Hey, I could cry a little. Nothing is forever, but I didn't think my 360 was quite so brittle. Microsoft will tell you it's good to play together. Now I'm on my own with 3 red lights. They keep on saying these instances are rare, so I sent it in for Microsoft repair. But the new one's a catastrophe, it also up and died on me. I guess I should have bought a PS3. Hey, I could cry a little. Nothing is forever, but I didn't think my 360 was quite so brittle. Microsoft will tell you it's good to play together. Now I'm all alone with 3 red lights. 3 red lights.
Hey, does anybody want to listen to the rest of this motherfucking podcast? Yeah!
Please knock before you walk in. I was casting my pod.
Oh, that's gross.
No? No one likes? Fine. Here's something you all won't like. Welcome back. We have a lot of news and other crap for you in this segment, and some new releases. But I want to kick this off just because I wanted to try it. So while I was out of town, Shane sent around an email of something that I can't describe it as hysterical, but I couldn't stop watching it, and I watched it more than once. And that was the clip of James Earl Jones reading the alphabet. Did everybody see that?
Mm-hmm. No.
A, B, C.
C. It's that slow. It takes like a minute to get through, and it's just him. It's one shot of him looking in the camera. It's a fucking bizarre YouTube video. I mean, I like stuff that works in audio. This is not even game related, unless you think of him as Darth Vader.
I was going to say, there's a chance people listening might not know who James Earl Jones is.
James Earl Jones was the voice of Darth Vader. And he was also in Field of Dreams, and Sandlot.
And The Sandlot.
And The Exorcist Part 2.
And The Exorcist Part 2, probably most important, right up there with Sneakers.
Yep.
But I just started dicking around with, I spent a ridiculous amount of time separating the letters.
Oh my god.
And to produce things like
L-O-L.
James Earl Jones is surprised. What is this?
O-M-G.
I was going to say, can anybody else think of anything else James Earl Jones would say?
OMFG.
O-M-E.
That was my bad, because as we'll see by this clip, James Earl Jones is a tremendous speller.
Mississippi.
Perfect Mississippi from James Earl Jones. No. Darth Vader, excuse me. This is Darth Vader. Darth Vader, is there gonna be beer at your party?
B-Y-O-B.
What? Do you think he found that funny, Brett?
I think he might be laughing a lot.
L-M-A-O.
Yay. What's your favorite first-person shooter?
C-O-D.
That's Call of Duty. See, I told you this might not work. So
What's his favorite car crime game?
Oh, I think I might know, because these are great letters, by the way, having listened to this so many times.
G-T-A.
And if you don't like this segment...
F-U.
What I wanted to try... Let me try and see if I can cue this again.
Guess not.
N.
Not that one.
O.
P-N-S.
Does that sound like penis? James...
Crickets.
Darth Vader, you fucking...
Crickets.
So what's your second favorite portable system?
P-S-P.
All right, what's your favorite?
He really, really loves Japanese.
R-P-G.
Z.
You could have had him say JRPGs even.
I wish Does anybody have anything with an L in it? Because L is already my favorite.
LOL. I think you already did that, though, didn't you?
Okay, but I love hearing the L.
L.
Like, he gets confused.
L.
You know, why did you even buy that PS3, Vader?
M-G-S.
4? Alright, no one's laughing anymore. Fine, this is what the segment is getting.
Z. 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 Z.
I don't get it.
D.
Oh, right. Okay.
Anyway, in the news... Oh, no, we'll talk about new releases. I know people have something they like this week, especially you guys.
Fuck
Who
yeah.
Care to elaborate?
No.
Something we
You
like
know, Dead Space just came out.
Dead
That's pretty
Space.
fucking awesome. Saints Row 2, the other game, that is, surprised us by actually...
It's getting good, decent reviews.
Yeah, it's
all
like
around.
it's averaging like an 80-something on Metacritic right now.
I wanted to ask you, what would you have given that had you reviewed it for us?
Probably an 8.
Probably an 8. It's averaging an 8.3 on Metacritic. Dead Space is averaging an 8.8 with really good scores.
Yeah, except for a bit
Minus the one that our sister Meg, is it Megan Watt? Megan Watt, the new gal over at OXM. And she has, I'm not even trashing a review. She has a complete point. Like, it is essentially a bunch of actionless fetch quests.
Yeah, Megan Watt wrote it for OXM, which Dan came by and defended a little bit ago. The fact that, apparently Gaff and Penny Arcade have gone ape shit over this review and are just logging on to make really unfair, unkind remarks at her for reviewing this game so poorly. When it's like, I'm sorry to be a dick, but none of you assholes have played it.
Yeah,
she played it a month ago and wrote this review. I mean, granted, I don't agree with this score. I think this game is an 8 minimum. I think it's really cool. I think coming out of EA, it's a really fresh take on something. There is no sci-fi horror game right now.
What is weird, when we saw it a long time ago and I got really excited, and they were talking like it was mostly a game of ambiance, like Silent Hill used to be.
Yeah.
They had to speed up the runner because it didn't test well.
Yeah.
Which I thought was kind of weird because they remember how they sold it to us as this guy who's way out of his league.
Yeah.
He's not an action hero. He's going a little slow. But whatever.
But then that starts feeling too much like Silent Hill.
No, Dead Space I'm into, which I do want to mention just to help you guys save a little fucking cash. Jesus. Toys R Us, even online, is having a buy 2 get 1 free sale. So I went on immediately to buy Dead Space, Saints Row, and Little Big Planet. It turns out Little Big Planet isn't eligible because it's not out this week.
Yeah, actually, Toys R Us does this every year.
Yeah, they do.
I used to clean up like when we worked there because we'd get 10% off.
I remember one of my favorite times. It was the week they released GTA 3.
Yeah, it's always October every year.
I feel like such an old man. I got NBA Street, Ico, and GTA 3 for $100. And I did cartwheels out of the store. I ignored my car, just cartwheeled home.
I did like Ace Combat 4, Silent Hill 2, and whatever the other game I got something else. And then like later did Amplitude, Rygar, and Sly Cooper. It's like every year.
You can do it as many times as you want, even online, as long as it's in bundles of 3. And you know, I don't give a fuck about Toys R Us. I'm just saying, save your goddamn money.
No, it's really good. It's one of the few genuinely good deals you will get at Toys R Us.
It's great. They do it once a year, right?
Yeah. Occasionally they'll do it again. If I do know that they lose a ton fucking money doing this. I know it's just to get people in the store buying things.
Wow.
I know that because when we did it one year, like that year, I think 03, that year when like 50 awesome PS2 games came out and 10 of them failed miserably because the other 40 were so good that nobody bought the other 10 excellent ones, like the first Prince of Persia, Beyond Good and Evil, blah, blah, blah. We went over our budget at our store the first like few days of free games because so many people were buying so many games that we in turn then gave out so many free ones.
And they still don't put limits on it.
No, they don't. And again, this is like one of the best deals you'll get is buy 2 get 1 free. $100, you get a free $50 fucking game.
Yeah, well, remember most of these games are $60, but
right, $60 game.
And they charge sales tax. That sucks, but whatever. Given the situation, like I was going to buy Dead Space, Little Big Planet, and
Saints Row.
No, I'm sorry, that's what I meant to mention. Fallout. Fallout's not out yet. Fallout is one of the only games that's not out yet that is eligible for the buy 2 get 1 free.
Really?
Jesus.
Why?
Yes.
I wish I'd known about this before I went and bought Dead Space today.
What else came? This is a curious one. Socom came out this week.
To no fanfare at all.
Not no fanfare. The Socom fans are rabid and scary.
Again, Toys R Us. I watched that shit sell out while stacks of other better games sat there.
Well, Socom
fans freak the shit out every time.
It was the first thing on PS2 that did online in any way that was considered decent. Those motherfuckers. You remember when did you buy your modem for the PS2?
Actually, funny story about this. I got shut the fuck up.
But it's so funny.
Yeah, I got my modem for free actually, along with a copy of Socom. However, I decided in my infinite wisdom to go out during the Christmas season of 2001, 2002 to buy a copy of Socom with the modem for the president.
Ah, yes.
Because
God damn it! I was gonna fucking give you a rim shot.
It was fucking impossible to find.
You were behind that internet campaign.
Yes, I was. The one to buy a PlayStation 2 for Bush.
Is that still up? Is that still mirrored?
Yeah,
or
it's still there. It's there.
I can't believe. I remember when you told me that. Like, I couldn't believe that was you. I remembered that. I thought it was.
I'm amazed you remember that. It's evilninja.net / buy Bush a PS2, I think, or
makes
just
so
buy
much
Bush.
sense now. Bush a PS2, but the Socom fans are fucking scary.
Well, there's a new one they can play.
I call them the War Machine. There's a bunch of shit where Sam and Max, which is how I kind of wanted to play it for some reason. I know you're a big Sam and Max fan, Michael, but everybody's complaining about the controls.
I can see that.
And on the Wii, I should just bite the bullet and play it on the PC. I don't know why I'm so against it.
I haven't played it, but I mean, what could fuck up? It's a mouse, and then the pointer should just be a mouse, right?
I don't know. I reviewed The Sims on the Wii, which I hate The Sims, but I'm like, all right, this control scheme can work. It works.
I personally hate playing point-and-click games on the Wii, just because it's like it needs so much precision. And it's like I am pointing exactly here, and now my arm's getting tired, and I can't seem to grab what I want to grab. And
I was looking at that because I wanted to play World of Goo because it looks beautiful.
I loved World of Goo.
But again, it's the Wii remote scares me of how I can't really it doesn't look like I can just move my wrist around while it's lying down. I have to point.
No, I played a lot of it at Nintendo.
And signal a plane to come in on an aircraft carrier just to
in your living room. No, Nintendo had a media event back in April, like right before we started the podcast, actually. And I played a lot of World of Goo there, and I loved it. The graphics are really good, but not just good; they're very stylized. They're very cool.
Yeah. And
it's just a fun puzzle game. Like the review we have up now is a 9, and I really liked what I played.
The fact that it's by basically two guys.
The part of the demo that they gave us, it was these two
2D
guys.
Boys, I believe their company's called 2D
The
Boys.
what? 2D Boys. And they're like, yeah, we literally made most of this game and most of the planning on free Wi-Fi in a coffee shop, just me and one other guy with a laptop. and they left EA kind of disheveled and just kind of like, fuck this huge company, man. We can't do anything, blah, blah, blah. So
that's great. I love the idea of being able to survive the rest of your life off of making a game for 4 years with another friend.
Yeah, it was a cool story, and I love that the game actually turned out to be really cool. It looks very Tim Burton mixed with, a free Flash game.
It does. The music's cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. Everyone please download it because that will spur, oh my god, original content for Wii that doesn't suck ass.
In other new releases, Pro Evolution Soccer is barely beating out FIFA in scores. That's all I'll say about it.
Boring.
Golden Axe Beast Rider.
Boring.
Which is
a
sequel that no one was asking to. Like, no, just asking for.
Asking to, wrong preposition.
Asking to.
And certainly nobody was asking, can I have a Golden Axe game where
Nobody
we just
was
play as the chick? Like, ignore the other characters and just have the chick?
Like, the only thing people remember about that game is, like, shitting elves, and now it's like a bloodletting woman in a bikini.
Well, I don't understand it, though. It's like
she was in the first game, but Tyrus Flair.
Not much. I played as the big behemoth dude.
I played as the dwarf.
I played as a dwarf.
Because Gilius Thunderhead was a fucking badass.
Thunderhead, huh?
Holy shit, we did move beyond Golden Axe.
Well, the Golden Axe to me just serves
it's a product of its time.
It's a product of its time. It was an arcade just beat 'em up, and it was a fantasy setting. And the first 3 I thought were good for Genesis / Mega Drive. I played Golden Axe 2 far more than I should have, but this one it just reeks of Sega not knowing what to do anymore. And like, well, we've got a license. Let's just sex it up. Let's just take even more clothes off the girl who was already wearing a metal thong.
It doesn't really make sense. I don't know. It did make sense to me when I saw it at
it's like this game made sense when Blood Rain came out. They already did this game. Mm-hmm. Kind of like, let's just sex up a 3D girl to go beat shit up with no real other purpose other than, she's in a metal, she got a bra on.
She rides dragons and she cuts off heads.
I was going to say, you know what I like? Beast riding.
Yeah.
There's no joke there. I really like it.
I like biting the heads off of dudes. I like that.
Well, I would like it if it was kind of Heavenly Sword with Golden Axe's name and more...
Here's what I can't understand. Yeah, because it's Beast Rider. Its subtitle is Riding Beast, and they still own Lock, Stock, and Barrel Panzer Dragon.
Yeah.
License and want to do nothing with it, which is that not a bigger title? Does that not mean more to people than Golden Axe?
They did one during the Xbox generation. It was a Panzer Dragoon Orta. Yeah, I don't think it did very well.
No, I bought it and I beat it and it sucked. It didn't suck. It tanked as far as I know. That was part of that weird Sega deal where
beautiful.
It was a gorgeous game.
When Sega was deciding where to put its money, and they seemed like they were going to start an Xbox alliance.
It was when when Sega dissolved the Dreamcast and all of their hardware. What my memory serves that Sega's, I don't think they ever officially said, but this is what happened, was that Nintendo got some franchises, PS2 got some franchises, and Xbox got some franchises.
Xbox got all the good ones.
And Xbox got Toe Jam and Earl, it got Panzer Dragoon, and then GameCube got Monkey Ball and
Crazy
Sonic.
Taxi.
And House of the Dead. And
House of the Dead.
Yeah, Xbox got all the good ones. And Sega got, or PS2 got, did anything?
GameCube got like
GameCube
Sonic
got GameCube got Monkey Ball and Sonic.
And Billy Hatcher.
Billy Hatcher. Dude.
And the last review I'll mention, because I want to move beyond the new releases. I hate it when we talk about this too long. Fucking Rock Revolution.
Is it out this week?
I don't know. There's all these different release dates, but because the only people who had a review up was 1UP, and they gave it a 25 according to Metacritic, which I believe translates to a fucking unsatisfactory using the elementary 1UP grading system.
That's like 1UP's equivalent of just a fart noise. Is the score.
Yeah, they gave it a 25, and I know I can't give away the review scores our magazines are giving it because the magazines aren't out yet, but I know they are low.
It's not, because I've even heard from other people who don't work with Future, nobody is very happy with this game.
And we've talked enough shit about Rock Revolution.
Does it have a bass pedal?
Mm-hmm.
So does it have a bass pedal?
It has a foot pedal.
It has a foot pedal.
It does have a foot pedal, but that drum kit is fucking, it's awful.
The drum kit is 7 pieces with a foot pedal, and there's no line like in Rock Band. It just falls down like a normal note.
It just falls down like a normal note, and though there's a linear progression of notes, because the presentation of Rock Revolution is boring. It's just a flat set of notes coming down
No,
vertically.
I looked at it. It's ugly.
It's an ugly game that does nothing. It's way too late. It's just way too late.
I don't mean to say that. I love Rock Band. I like Guitar Hero. It could be notes on a black screen. I don't care. I don't need to see Judy Nails, Lars Umlaut, or myself. And I don't. No, the rock. Actually, I was just saying that it was the Rock Band video stuff. When I actually got to sit back and watch it, is really funny this time. It's a lot of fun.
Whereas, Rock Revolution, and the funny thing about this game is that, the drums were like the big deal.
Yeah.
They made us sit there for 15 fucking minutes while they played them and demonstrated, look, you can sit on these. And, from all accounts, I've talked to the people who've been reviewing it. I'm looking at this one-up review right now. The drums,
the
apparently,
worst part.
Yeah, they spent so much time making it so that you could sit on them that they forgot to make them usable.
They're very sturdy. Your drunken stepfather can fall all over this shit.
Yeah.
In fact, you could play the game by picking them up, turning them upside down, and just smashing them on the floor over and over again, and it would produce similar results.
Don't buy this game. It's terrible.
No. We don't say that. We say try before you buy.
Who here loves politics? Everybody in the gaming audience who loves politics.
Should we talk about politics? Really?
No, it's minor shit. It's that Obama is in Burnout Paradise City. Obama had Burnout Paradise City.
Burnout Paradise.
Well, Paradise. Sorry, had it written down.
Paradise City is that Las Vegas car crime game sort of thing.
I got it. Which is still.
Did you know he's apparently also in Madden 2009?
He is. He is in Madden 2000. Well, only in the little sidebar, but the billboards are actually in. Paradise.
Wow, that's so weird. I don't know. Part of me is that's really bizarre advertising. Part of me is really pissed.
No, the conservatives have not thought of that.
No, I know, exactly. And that's part of me is that's fucking obnoxious because that's putting political messages in my fucking video games.
You'd be just as pissed at any other advertisement.
I would, but for some reason, that bothers me. But at the same time, I want Obama to win this, so it is true. Fuck that, dude. We'll say who we want.
I didn't mean that. I didn't want to get into a.
No, I don't either. I don't want to get into.
No, we don't want to start a big fucking.
Because I
don't
like John McCain, but I love Sarah Palin. I think she's a genius.
By love, you mean want to fuck, yes?
She's going to right this country. Not really, but my roommate did send me a link to Nailin' Palin, the new Sarah Palin porn, and I love that it starts out with a Russian tank breaking down in front of her house.
Oh, God.
Yes, we need fix it. Can we use phone?
Oh my God, okay.
Oh my God, yeah, please. Oh, let me take my pants off. Oh. She had a better sex button.
It is true, Republican side would never think to actually advertise in a video game, but
which is odd because I do believe that this president we have now, George W. Bush, is the best president of all time. He's done a fantastic job, and including signing in the Pro-IP Act, the Prioritizing Resources Organization for Intellectual Property Act, which increases copyright infringement penalties. I know you don't care about this, Brett, because you've never downloaded a thing in your life.
I have.
None of it bothers you. It further allows the government to seize your goods and your hard drives, and it creates an intellectual property coordinator or czar.
Oh my God!
It's fascinating. Your voice doesn't change inflection at all when you lie.
I love
totally
the guy.
Flawless.
W. Bush, he's fantastic. Look, you guys are misunderestimating him. And but what's weird is that this act, courtesy of Joystick and Mark Methenitis of Law of Game, it declassifies what a work of intellectual property is. And he provided an example of something like if someone pirates Madden 2002, EA might not be interested in suing over that one person. But the music in that game is counted as another work.
Oh dear.
So the people who own the music could potentially sue for that game and could potentially sue EA for not suing over protecting their right. It's a bunch of weird shit. And Shane and I were talking about it, and clearly no one here is interested. But it's going to stay in, so you may as well talk instead of cornrowing your hair, Brett.
Weirdly,
I'm really busy cornrowing my hair.
First of all, I would like to announce my campaign for Intellectual Property Rights Coordinator. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I want to be your intellectual property rights czar. You want to download mature games? You got it. I will give you
won't the purpose be the exact opposite?
Not if I'm the czar. Not if I'm the IPRC, whatever. The point is, Shane was getting all worried about this. And how long does Bush have in office?
Matter of months.
I read about this a long time ago. I dare... You know what? If you post what this is called in the forums, I'll send you the Blob figurine and some Midnight Club t-shirts and some more stickers that I bought. If you can tell me what the law is, president, minor factoid, whenever they leave office, they sign in, they fulfill all their promises in the last month. I promise to cut taxes. Yeah. He cuts taxes drastically. I'm going to give everybody Social Security or health care, and he'll sign that in. And that's why there is a law when a new president gets in, he gets to repeal anything the president signed in the last couple months, because it's always the most drastic shit nobody expects to go through, but he finally rewards people, his base. Yeah, so everybody's freaking out. Intellectual property, blah, my computer's going to get stolen. No big deal. Not going to hurt anybody.
So what is the actual penalty to a gamer, though? Like, what does this mean for a gamer?
Plenty. I mean, we talked a bit about piracy, but I love that there was that one online comic. Fuck, I forget the name. But yeah, I buy Spore, and I get to keep it for 1 week and have one account on it, or I could pirate it and have it for free forever.
Right, but what does this particular bill that he just signed have? Like, how does that affect?
Most of it concerns games, because every other intellectual property rights thing is well defined, and gaming has not jumped on its fan base for downloading its stuff. They've done the DRM thing instead,
right?
Because it doesn't make sense for them to sue a well-connected by internet savvy base. Worst PR you could possibly do. I don't want to talk about this anymore. No more politics. Said I would prefer that there'd be a Sarah Palin presidential Barack Obama vice president ticket. I would love that, because John McCain looks like a beige skull.
Well, John McCain looks and acts like the Penguin. Let's just come right out and say it.
But you said his skin is stretched so far on his head, and I said, if anyone knows this joke, I will send you something via the forums, and that is McCain reminds me of Ruafu. Whatever. If anyone knows what that means, Ruafu with his fucking face.
Yes,
that's what he reminds me of.
I said it earlier. He's the guy with the pink mohawk and Hook. Yes, we all.
That's not what happened.
Let's chant his name
3 times, and he will appear.
Super brief. Dan Aykroyd has confirmed Atari's picked up Ghostbusters for publication.
Sweet.
Oh nice.
Yeah. Kinda, yeah. Like I'm glad that movie is gonna, or the game.
Yeah, I heard on the radio when I was driving the other day. Some DJ on the radio was like, "Yeah, did you guys hear they're making a 3rd Ghostbusters movie? They got everybody back together, and they're all going to be in this movie together." It's like, yeah, did you mention the part where the movie's for PS3?
Well, they're writing another movie, yes. But the weirdest thing is that Dan Aykroyd confirmed this, obviously having no knowledge of how news is announced.
Yeah.
Or what people were posting this rumor a long time ago. I wonder if somebody read a rumor, told Dan Aykroyd, and he repeated it, even if it's not.
He just he convinced himself it was true.
Does it not seem totally possible? The last time I heard from Dan Aykroyd, he was hosting a blues show on a shitty AM radio station.
Oh my God.
Dr. Destroyed. I know. Okay. Second to last piece of news. Bioshock PS3. Michael, explain your platform.
Explain my platform.
How happened, Michael?
I not know.
How fucking happened, Bioshock?
I don't know why Big Daddy looked like shit.
I wanted Shane to be in here because the 2K forums have exploded.
Yeah.
Exploded with people pissed off about the PS3 demo of Bioshock. First of all, there's all these white bars that appear during the initial scene, during the game. Apparently, this is all, and it's really blurry. Seriously, there's screenshots. I'll try and post them somewhere.
The screenshot that Shane showed us today was a close-up of a Big Daddy's face, and the lenses on, just his lenses, the textures on them looked like something, charitably speaking, out of a PS1 game.
Yeah, the textures...
I was going to say Warhawk-esque.
Yeah, I get that, and I agree.
This is because it's upscaling to 1080p, because it's natively 720p coming from the Xbox. Whatever, it's all kind of jargon. Yeah, that's right. Yawn, Michael.
Yeah. Oh God, that was a great yawn.
You don't really need to care about that. A pretty game is a pretty game, but it looks a little blurrier because it doesn't default to, most of your games default to your system's resolution that default to your resolution, the one that you picked for your system. right?
Right. Yeah.
This one, the demo did not. The demo did not, and it looks pixely as absolute. I wouldn't even mention this, except for the fact that there's no reason for me to play Bioshock again on the PS3 unless it looks prettier.
Yeah, and it doesn't.
Which it failed. If it didn't add anything new,
it's like it didn't just look the same; it looks worse.
It looks worse.
And I'm one of the, and I don't know. I wanted to be the voice of reason on this, to be like, everybody shut the fuck up. It doesn't matter. But the images I saw, those textures on the Big Daddies were pretty shit.
They're ignorable. They're ignorable. You'd never be that close to a Big Daddy, but
well, I will be, because I got.
Why did I spend twice the money on a system?
Yeah. It's just weird. They had a year.
Not only that, I wanted Shane in here because it's a minor controversy. Because some guy was reporting back on all this stuff, who has since been banned or deleted. All his posts have been deleted. His comments live on through the quote function.
Right.
And there's all this weird stuff going on. I don't understand. Whatever. Bioshock. They say they have a patch, but everything I've heard about PS3's patch approval process is way longer than the Xbox 360, and it takes a long time to get it approved. So I really wouldn't recommend buying that game immediately. Which it's such a good game.
It is. It totally is.
If you haven't played it, you have a PS3. You deserve to see it. You deserve to play it.
You said this is a demo, right? Is there any chance?
That's the thing. I wanted to point that out because I played plenty of demos that have been completely changed. Turning Point, which isn't a great game, the game is drastically different from the demo. Like, everything people complain about the demo was addressed, at least. Whether or not it was fixed for the better, it was addressed in the retail build. So nobody worry about that. But by far, the biggest news of the week. But what is the biggest news of the week?
Got me. I was in Vegas all week.
What happened in our office today?
We got Wii Music.
Yes.
Not only did we get Wii Music, but I will post this picture on the TalkRadar 23 page. I got a fucking Wii for Dummies book in the mail the exact same time Wii Music came in, and it was perhaps
nicely timed.
The lowest low I've had since E3 when they announced that fucking piece of shit.
I don't know what Brett's talking about. We all played Wii Music for like 7 hours today. As it turns out, Shane Patterson, who has an illegal amount of funk for a extremely tall white drink of water, he should be way gawkier. Shane, have you seen Shane groove? It's disgusting. It's beautiful. It's like it's the greatest thing I've ever seen. I can't stand him. I hate him for it. But Shane Patterson, he's got a Wii Music feature coming up somehow, somewhere. But we recorded him.
Yeah.
The best after 8 hours, 9 preliminary tournaments.
I also have a video of some of the early performances that moved you so much you had your hand on your chest.
It was fantastic. I was wrong about Wii Music. It is the best game of this holiday season. I am so glad one of my systems has decided to prop itself up on this pedestal of greatness. Is Wii Music. I just wish, before this clip starts, I wish I could have picked a longer intro. Because this is the greatest thing in the world. This is Shane Patterson.
I truly understand what Miyamoto meant now, that this is better. This is better than a game.
I can't wait to talk to him about the process. This is so... Seriously, guys, this is transplendiary.
Yeah. Wait, play the clip. There's no more words. There are no more words.
You sure?
Yeah, this is... let the evidence speak for itself.
That's a bit of an intro.
This is not Wii Music, by the way.
No, it's not. Shane Patterson.
Oh my god, I love that music so much. Oh man!
Don't judge that. If something happens that couldn't have come in any earlier. This is Shane Patterson alone. This is how good he is. Hold on, I'm going to take that back. Because Shane Patterson is that good at Wii Music.
Kendall being thrown down the stairs.
Yes.
So, in complete honesty, fuck that game and its stupid face.
No, I completely disagree. It's gonna tear the holidays up as right it should.
So,
why did it take this long to evolve the hit sticks? These drumsticks I can play in midair. Like, why did it take that? That's all I wanted. I bought all of these systems. I bought from Super Nintendo to Xbox 360 for an update on hit sticks and Wii Music.
I've been sitting in my backyard banging forks and spoons against my fucking knee, waiting for the game that would approximate that same sensation of ham boning right there in my own living room.
You guys need to chill because Wii Music is the jazz of video games.
Fuck that stupid game.
It's just.
Here's a bit of trivia. Next week, which I'm not going to be able to make, is a roundtable with Miyamoto about Wii Music, specifically just about Wii Music, at which point the game, I believe, will be out, and they want to talk after the game is already out. It basically feels like they want Miyamoto to explain it to us. And after watching Shane play it for what?
It's not that, because he doesn't do that for every... Hold on, this is me ducking out of my I love Wii Music persona, which I hate doing.
Yeah.
He didn't explain Mario Galaxy, and he didn't explain Zelda. No. Somebody needs to be brought in order to provide coverage for this fucking game.
Yeah.
That everybody played the final version months ago.
Everybody played the final version E3 2006.
When you probably played the final version on your Trapper Keeper. When you
you know when you were hitting your hips in tune to some song where you were waiting in line?
You were playing Wii Music, you didn't even know.
Mr. Hoffman told me about that, but there's a tap-based game for the Wii that was announced at TGS.
Tapping shoes?
No, like your fingers. Like it goes on a proprietary cardboard box.
Fuck that.
The Wii picks it up, and you tap the motherfucking shit out of that box. And it picks it up. I wish we had a better Trailblazer. I cannot believe... Kids, you don't know what it's like to grow up to not have things evolve and stagnate. But the Wii is a godsend. Pick it up. It hasn't dropped a single sentence. I know why. We have to go to break so we can talk.
Tap shit on a cardboard box.
I just can't get it. Like it's
and
fine. If they would have positioned this game as a toy from the beginning, that it's good for children, it's good for preschooler, I'd be like, okay, fine, cool. But they keep selling it. They want Miyamoto to go trumpet it to us, fucking gamers, as if it is anything other than a fucking noise machine.
You're talking at a school, man. This is a fucking new game. This is the way new games are played. There is no score!
That cardboard tapping thing, I really hope that like 80% of the front of the box is just a giant starburst that says, contains Morse code!
Noises! Alright, next segment.
Loud noises!
Fuck of them.
That's great Mario.
Fuck of them. That wasn't intentional, by the way.
Next segment. Oh my god, we have a bunch of crap. We have a bunch of stuff submitted by you, and a couple more news bites, and a lot.
You posted an iTunes review.
Stupid ass sound bites, and probably an ending song.
Probably.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and tease this, ladies and gentlemen. Coming up next, Brett Elston will curse.
And it goes a little something like this.
Bart! Go to bed!
Sure thing, Dad.
It's Bart versus the Space Mutants for your NES.
Rumba.
Only Bart Simpson can save the Earth. Bart!
Okay.
Get the Simpsons game for your NES from Acclaim. Bart!
I'd buy that for $1.
All right, this is the final round of the Games Radar Spelling Bee. Darth Vader, your word is TalkRadar.
As you wish.
Brett Elston, use it in a sentence.
I swear to God, I've never laughed so hard as I did when listening to TalkRadar 15.
TALC.
Sorry.
Go to GamesRadar.com.
Oh my god!
Up and down. I love Return to the Mac. It's so dumb.
Would you compare the return of this podcast to the third segment as the Return of the Mac?
Yeah, a little bit.
All right, then I think that's good intro music.
Fair enough. Who else was a teenager in 1995? Anyone?
I was.
I might have been. Yeah, so last week we did the iconic sound stuff, and all the stuff we flaked on, which, when I sobered up, I was right about one thing. A couple of us were right about one thing. We just weren't sure of it. So, just to break it down really quickly, we said number 5.
Which now I'm pissed I didn't get.
Yes, Smurfer got that Call of Duty 4 grenade throw. Number 6.
T-shirt.
T-shirt. You guys all went T-shirts. Ooh, what was that?
You were right.
Willie knew. It was Tomb Raider, like I said it was, but I wasn't sure enough to assert myself. Number 8. We played no favorites. The first came, got the shirt. Cluster Shard got, which was what? Is that Space Harrier?
Yeah.
Space Harrier, Cluster Shard. Way to go, boy. Way to read our article and post 14. So pissed I didn't get that.
Yeah.
But it's been a while. 14 was the Guitar Hero failing sound.
Yeah. Missing a note sound.
And Deendle got that. I realized, like, when I played that again, like, that's why I don't play the game anymore, is because when you miss these screen shakes,
yeah,
and there's these jarring sound effects that take you completely out of playing the game, like where it's hard to find rhythm again.
Yeah, whereas Rock Band, you just missed the note.
You missed the note. Yes, it's very silent.
There's like a very subdued...
Okay, number 18 we didn't get.
That is a weapon pickup from the original Wipeout for PlayStation 1.
Yeah, god damn it.
Which I played the hell out of. It came
So
out...
did I.
Came out November of 95, if I'm not...
I played the hell out of on the...
No. November 97, I misspoke.
The only Wipeout on another non-Sony console.
Which one?
Saturn. I played it on the Saturn.
Ugh.
Wasn't bad. It's a great game. Back to my opinion. Saturn's a better game for racing controls anyway. Number 19.
Which is the one that was driving me absolutely nuts.
I know.
It's the first coin or whatever you put in for Virtua Fighter in the arcade.
And it's just the start sound in the...
Yeah. Because it's always followed by the next sound is that sound effect, but a higher pitch. And now I'm pissed that
Chris
I did.
at 928.
We knew it was related to something Sega-y.
Yeah.
Chris at 928 got that. I'm impressed because half these people have won stuff before, and I love you guys. I love my Sharp, my TSR, my C Sharp, my TSR. Yeah, you guys. I want to jump into iTunes. New iTunes. Like, I love the fact that you guys are.
Well,
I have a clip to play.
Okay.
iTunes reviews. Thank you guys. I really appreciate those. Do we not really appreciate those? Everybody, come on, give it.
Of course we do.
Of course we do.
iTunes reviews, we love them, we love them, we love them. It helps us out greatly. So please do that. If you haven't done that already, please do it now. If you've already done it, sign up on a new account and do it again. Simple as that. Simple as that. But we want to start reading the iTunes reviews out, and Brett read one last week by a Henry Latainte, a.k.a. Jack Hamble, a.k.a. D. Portmancy, a.k.a. Ted Dildo. I don't know. He's all over our fucking forums, and he's making me giggle. And but he said he didn't write his review in the Duke Lombardi voice. He wrote it in a different voice entirely, and that's how we read it. That's how you read it, Elston. This is on
this week. Because it read to me like a Duke Lombardi sketch.
Me too. But he said, it's more of a Sarah Palin.
All right.
So he wrote me and he said he wanted to redo it the way he intended. And I said, yes. Here we go.
Out of all the gaming podcasts I get, TalkRadar is without a doubt the best I've ever get. I pep a chubby every time I hear Duke Lombardi go off on one of his hilarious little roundabouts. Quite the chemical gen if I don't say so myself. It appears I did. Oh hum. In conclusion, if you enjoy the absurdist humor of Tim, Andy, Mandy, Derek, Rick, Andy, Ricky, Mandy, Tim, and Eric from that awesome show on the Cartoon Networks, you shall also likely pep a tiny, tiny chub for TalkRadar. Sincerely, Henry Latainte.
All right, fair enough.
I thought that was cute.
I'm still trying to wrap my mind around the euphemism Papa Chebby.
Papa Chebby. Papa Chebby. Oh God, Mike Ditka came in my restaurant and
It It's
He,
very,
like-
very Minnesotan.
Yeah.
Oh god, but yeah, a bunch of new people on the forums. We want to see a lot more action on the forums.
So anyway,
Yes. Yeah, exactly. That's Michael's way of acknowledging something
What you
happened.
said.
That does exist.
Fascinating.
Fascinating. I want to hear more iTunes reviews.
so part of the thing we're trying to do now is that our iTunes reviews, our iTunes reviews are growing. We got many more over the weekend after TDAR 22, and we'll always. The idea is we're going to read a couple of the most positive or funniest ones that we got. Even if there's a shitty one, which we have yet to receive, I would read that. But
no, our lowest one is Gamer Dad, which
was 3
we
stars.
still
Gamer Dad
average out-
wasn't that bad for all the grief
I'm
you
saying
give that
in
poor
terms
asshole.
In terms of stars, he gave it 3 stars.
Yeah.
We still average out to a 5-star score, higher than any of our other podcasts.
Yeah, which, I mean, every other review is 5 stars. I don't think there's even a 4-star review. Anyway, some of these I think are just funny. One of them by DCBA and then fucking ellipses, and I'm not gonna just said the greatest 5 stars. Stanky on my hang down. That's the funniest line I've heard all year.
I can't take credit for that. It's technically Arsenio Hall.
Is it?
But
Which you
whatever.
started that podcast I think a couple weeks ago with Stanky on my hang down.
Yeah.
One person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the Joker, by the way. Did we ever say that?
No.
It's the Joker from Batman Begone. No, the Dark Nigget.
The Dark Knight. I can't read these people's names because they exceed a length. So Thelonious said podcastically orgasmo, and that he heard about us through OXM, and that we're like the evil but totally awesome doppelganger of all gaming podcasts.
Thank you. That's actually really cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Which I happily take.
Yes.
Yeah. You know what I give that?
What?
My favorite
God.
sound effect. It
And
makes
then
me-
the other one from Isaac K. The headline is TalkRadar, ask me how. If you're between 20 and 35 and don't listen to this, you're obviously both mature and boring. I pity you. Don't be boring. Listen to TalkRadar, which I love so much. I want to turn into a shirt that says
Yeah.
don't be boring.
You know what? Hey, there's a little challenge for everybody.
Yeah. If you can make a shirt, maybe Cafe Press.
Hey, make it. You know what? Make an image.
Make an image. Yeah.
Make an image. We'll do the t-shirt work. T-shirt, I'm looking at you. I want a penguin. I think I'd like Duke Lombardi to be, which he'll be on the next podcast. I promise. It's been a long time. We got to get him back. Yeah. Again, you guys are making us giggle. Tee-hee. Don't shake your head, Michael.
I'm not moving, like even slightly. I'm like a lizard hunting prey.
Like a. So, but people are jumping into forums, and the questions we asked last week. Can you?
Yeah, so every week I pose a question for the forums. Last week's question was, what's like the worst, shittiest game you've played at great length?
And I love the fact that you all posted pictures of the fucking games for the most part.
That was not like you played despite the fact that you hated the game, or that you even recognized it was crap. We had new people join. I wanted to give a shout out to M for Mustache, which I saw that Chris acknowledged as well. And we also have
fucking Groucho tag, man. I love that guy.
Oh,
I can't not love that guy.
So we have my favorite responses, which we're now going to start reading some of the best responses that people give to just let you know that we heard, and let other people who listen, who still aren't fucking posting in the forums, know what you think.
Bring your ass in, bitch.
Yeah, get the shit in there. Worst game you played to death? Somebody said Blitzball. just from specifically Final Fantasy X.
Oh.
And I was like, wow, having beat Final Fantasy X to shit.
That is funny, nerd cred.
Did anybody like Blitzball?
Nobody liked Blitzball except I'm looking for the name now, by the way.
I love that. There's always an option. You can come back and play anytime.
It was Ravenbaum.
Ravenbaum.
So Ravenbaum
of Rivendell.
Ravenbaum.
Yes.
Apparently, he says he played more Blitzball than the actual FF10, which
He can conjure flame without flint or tinder.
And then Flipper.
His name is so hard to pronounce in speech.
Flipper.
I call him F19L19.
Played Twisted Metal 4 to hell.
I like that admission because that
is the worst.
Terrible game.
Is the worst Twisted Metal. That was one of those random games that like a girl I was dating 12 fucking years ago or whatever was like.
I really wanted you to say 12-year-old.
I have a PlayStation and this game was $10. I bought it because I know you like games, and I'm like, oh, cool.
Who are you, my mom? Jesus Christ.
This is fucking awful.
It wasn't fucking around. My mom bought me Astynex 3 times, forgetting that she had bought it for me because it was always $19.
Oh my god. And then Waffle Leech.
I love Waffle Leech.
Waffle Leech said Sonic Riders, which I had to review and was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
So I feel that pain. However, the worst...
Sonic's fast. You know what we should do?
Put him on a
grease board under him. You know what Sonic needs? A kickboard.
Yeah, God. Somebody also mentioned Resident Evil Gaiden, which is the fucking worst.
I've never played that.
Samael, I think was the name. Samael. But the worst, Enter the Matrix. Which, the only reason I picked that is because, again, Tasty Pasta actually was Enter the Matrix. Is because I played that game... The same girl that bought Twisted Metal 4, we broke up that summer that Enter the Matrix...
You tell me you broke up with her over a game she bought you. You don't even know me!
No, but that was the one that I think... Wind Waker had a significant role in.
Ah, yes.
In that, where I was like, wait, oh fuck, I have a girlfriend. I forgot. And Enter the Matrix was one of the games that came out right after we broke up, and I'm like, I need to play a game and just drown my sorrows in games. I played the first Hulk game based on the movie, and then rented Enter the Matrix. 2 horrible, shitty games. I played all the way through in that fucking pile of dog shit.
Wow. My favorite part is the hovercraft, where you get to see out of a slit the size of a robot's vagina. And Michael looked at me like he wanted to hurt me.
He did. I saw that.
I did. It was like, how do you know what a robot's vagina looks like? I will fucking kill you.
You're right.
For looking at my robot's vagina.
My robot daughter.
I've seen Real Sex 1,000 times. Every episode they have a segment on fucking with food and fucking a piece of plastic.
It's true.
And vaginas come in all different sizes, especially when manufactured by Toshiba.
You haven't seen I saw on that show was like a group of like middle-aged guys who were rediscovering their manliness by having a fucking circle jerk with a giant glass dildo used as a prop.
To come on or look at or be inspired by?
To demonstrate technique.
Which, speaking of the word coming...
I got my technique down pat. Turn, twist, pull, man, bitch. I'm done.
Man.
I am.
Speaking of which...
to tie back into Wii Music real quick, while Shane was playing...
What a great segue.
No, it is. When Shane was playing and recording that footage, this little professor dude is talking to you the whole time, telling you shit.
God!
And then out of nowhere, he goes... It says... Finish coming. But he means like a big finish is on its way. But all he says is finish coming, and everyone like in unison as if it's like a fucking sitcom. Finish coming.
My word.
My stars. So anyway, this week's question I want to ask is very basic.
But before you get to that, I want to just point out Suburbia Ruins points out that he played Piano 3 for the girl just to see her jump around. So I just wanted to say you have a kindred spirit in this world.
Well, my other friend, Creative Assassin in the forums, also played PN3 to extensive points.
Wow,
because
there's 3 of you.
There's PN, in the world. There's PN3 of us.
Oh, brilliance.
Dude, why couldn't James Earl Jones have said PN3?
I want to die.
You want to die separately of this?
No, he came back. He came back to the show several years later to do the numbers.
Okay.
It's fascinating to me, but the first one's in black and white. The second one's in color.
What show?
Sesame Street. It's from Sesame Street.
Oh my god. This week's question from the forums, which I will read the best responses of next week, and ours are right now. What's the first game? This is very simple, very obvious. You'll either know this, you'll either have one or you won't. What's the first game that gave you Nintendo Thumb? If you don't know what Nintendo Thumb is, I fucking hate you. And second, I'll explain what it is. It's anytime you played a game so much your thumb actually fucking hurts. It's not quite a blister, but it's the first time you go, Jesus, my thumb is red and sore.
Like, there were television commercials advertising products to help you from Nintendo Thumb.
Yeah, and the reason it's called Nintendo Thumb is because, again, back in the 80s, mid to late 80s, that's the only game system you played in the U.S. Maybe you suffered...
It was the first one you played with your thumb.
Maybe you suffered through... Well,
everything else had a joystick.
Well, no, not Master System, not TG16.
Came before that.
It did, but I'm saying mid to late 80s. If you were playing games, you were probably playing in NES.
Prolonging the podcast.
We are way...
Go, baby, go.
Yeah, anyway. Mine was RC Pro-Am. That's the first game I remember...
Fuck.
Dude, that's the first game I really remember where you had to hold down a button for gas.
That was completely mine.
Is it really?
Well, actually, because I was in the Cobra Triangle.
Okay.
Well, it's the same fucking thing.
Yeah, it is. I love Cobra Triangle.
No, it's the exact same thing. Did they make it water physics? No, they didn't. It's the exact same.
You pop around a little bit.
It's the exact same.
Plus, Cobra Triangle is an adventure, whereas RC Pro-Am, you're just racing in laps.
Oh, I prefer Cobra Triangle far and away to
That's one of those games where I saved up all the loose change I got for 6 months until I could buy Cobra Triangle.
I bought 5 versions of that game, and none of them work very well.
Huh? Oh, you 5 different carts, you mean?
Recently.
Oh, wow.
I've never finished Cobra Triangle because there's all emulators do not emulate Cobra Triangle.
That's so weird.
And you download those packs in torrents. None of them include Cobra Triangle.
Huh.
It's my little nerdy and
I really love that game. It's quite good.
Cobra.
I wish Rare would do something with it.
It's part Life Force. It's part fucking RC Pro-Am. It's fantastic.
And since, just for the sake of giving something that's not us both having the same thing, Street Fighter 2 obviously tore the shit out of my thumbs.
Yeah, and it tore my knuckles bled from punching the controller.
Yeah. I did break a window because of Street Fighter, but I think we went over that in 17.
Boxing and reviewing the first Tiger Woods hurt me on the Wii. I didn't get Nintendo Thumb, but I had Wii Tennis Elbow.
Yeah, something really lame.
I had a Wii Boxing Cauliflower Ear. And
Michael?
I can't think of a game that I played that didn't really give me Nintendo Thumb. And Go-Go 13, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first fucking Super Mario Brothers. That was just a chronic ailment for me.
Those games require the rare ones specifically because they all required a diagonal direction.
Yeah,
meaning you had to have your thumb jammed down. You had to be jammed down on that direction. Yeah. There was gas, but you had to be jammed down in that direction.
That's true, and I will say also the most recent one that fucked me up was trying to play Mark of the Wolves on Dreamcast on a Dreamcast controller with the D-pad after digging it out in 2004, 2005, something like that. I played that for an afternoon, and the next day my thumb and my little finger were both numb. There was this cold feeling running up and down my arm. Ew. And so I'd given myself mild tendinitis.
What were you playing like? Show me your position. Describe to the listeners.
Well,
sitting up,
the Dreamcast,
lying down?
Okay, no, sitting
down. The blood runs out of your arms.
Are you going to let me answer?
I was, but are you holding it up in the air?
Fuck no. Right. Who does that?
I do.
You're an aberration. So yeah, it's a fucking Dreamcast controller. Okay, that thing is a fucking nightmare.
It really is.
Anyone who's played it, who's picked it up in the last couple years, can attest. It is one of the worst controllers ever designed.
That's my favorite controller of all time because it contained a game system.
I used to defend the Dreamcast controller, but as of this week, when
I'm kidding.
I'm over it.
Yeah, so did I until I picked it up in recent years, and just why did I like this?
No, what I noticed is that all the Sega controllers. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily the Genesis, but sorta, and definitely the Saturn, and definitely the Dreamcast. The center button on the Saturn, the center button was the B. Dreamcast center button was the A. Those buttons are all designed to sink into the controller all the way. Mm-hmm. So the harder you press them, not only are you getting the pressure of that button, but I'd always get the impression of the hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of Sega's buttons would sink into the controllers. I'm sorry, I think that's weird. It's like PlayStation's the new model in that every button is equal.
Yeah.
Every button is at the front of the bus. That's how Sony does it.
So yes, go into the forums and to
clarify, I'd like you to say the game that provided the most physical pain. I don't care how. It's a long story.
I don't think that's fair because that's not the question I fucking asked, is it?
You said Nintendo Thumb. Majority of our readers were not born.
I know, but
or Nintendo.
That's what it's called, and it's just a game. The first game that you played, regardless of what it actually is. It obviously it's not called Nintendo Thumb anymore, but the first game that you played that fucking hurt your hands.
I forgot. The weirdest physical pain I've ever had from a game was when I was asked by my boss, EB, to take a look at what's the Philip Pullman movie. Golden Compass, a book I had just read, and I asked way too many questions about it. Sega, like, here, you'll like this.
I remember that. That Sega Gamers Day, the only one with questions about anything pertaining to the book.
Yeah, I know. I remember because I walked out of there, and I didn't even really know you at the time. Like,
yeah,
okay, we know what game you're taking.
Yeah,
fuck.
I remember that.
I'd finished the book. I didn't know I was going to see the game. I'd finished the book. Whatever. We were talking about Little Big Planet last week. Preview code will break occasionally. Review code very rarely.
Should we explain what preview and review code are for people who don't know?
Preview code is something we get. It's kind of a burnt disc.
It's like an early unfinished version of a game that we get to write preview, basically. And review code is like not necessarily finished, mostly if not all the way finished. It's on a burned disc. We have to use special systems to play it.
It's not even that important because it was review. It was a thing you buy at the store. I'm playing Golden Compass.
Sure.
My polar bear jumped into an icicle, and
As
the
you do.
game froze and yelled like it was being molested and murdered. And like it yelled so loud, like I was in a room. I was like, ah, no! And I'm holding my hands to my ears and ran out. It physically hurt my ears. Golden Compass, ladies and gentlemen, I can't recommend it enough. You see it on the shelf for $4.99. You get it on the Wii. On the Wii. God. It's the worst.
So you took the disc back to Sega, and of course they like just stared at the disc and glared at you and said, "What did you do?"
I kicked the door in, strode in confidently, and look, can I get one more Sonic game?
And they're like, yeah, one more. How about 12 more?
And I ate nothing today.
Quick, hold that bucket up to our ass.
I ate nothing today but Cheetos and a thimble of potato salad. I feel really drunk. I think we should end the podcast.
Before we do, I just want to say, going back to last week's question, I noticed Zabu-san here played Narc.
Yeah.
I feel your pain, man. I just want to say.
God, I loved and hated
I had to suffer through that game and listen to Michael Madsen's awful acting.
Was he in Narc?
He was the white guy in Narc.
I played the NES one.
Oh, the NES one was okay. I'm talking about the remake from a couple years ago.
Oh, balls. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I bought that. I was all excited about it. It's like I've been reading about it. It's like, oh man, you can deal drugs, and it sounds like you can kind of play both sides of the law, and like, this is just fucking State of Emergency, only shittier. What the fuck?
Poor naive adult Michael Raparas.
Oh god, I paid $20 for that game, and it was $40 too much.
Right, who's got something to tease? I'm doing the Midnight Club review next week. I don't know about you guys, but
I'm working on Monday's top 7. Jesus, it's gonna take forever to finish this thing.
I hope you do.
I'm also working on a special video that, working in conjunction with our video mistress, Lizzie.
Lizard, I love her. Yeah, by the way, Lizzie is the one who, like, most of the time when you hear GamesRadar.com, that's her.
Yes, she does the voice.
Got a great voice.
She will be doing, working in conjunction with...
Just say that like she's unattractive, Lizzie's fine.
I don't know what this
Just the way I said that, I was like, she's got a great voice, yes.
The rest,
Lizzie is almost presentable.
She's certainly the most presentable person we have on staff.
That's right. Outside of Charlie Barrett, who is completely fuckable, regardless of what gender or sexuality you are. You really just want to take him for a tussle. Roll the digital hay.
Am I being sexist enough here? I mean, is that clear?
I don't know. I couldn't see what you were doing with your hand. You were doing the wank motion.
Yeah, I was.
God damn. Anyway, she'll be putting that up. The only reason I
love you, Lizzie.
The only reason I mentioned that in conjunction with my name is because I had this idea for a video that I think it'll be really fun. It was an idea I had on a whim, and I think it'll be cool.
Mm-hmm.
What are you working on?
I'm working on a shit ton of Little Big Planet stuff,
Which I told you to do!
which we jointly agreed to do.
Fair enough.
Dude, what Michael is working on right now made me so happy, and
let's see if it works. It's kind of iffy.
You'll make it work. You're fucking maniac. finish the goddamn level.
I'll be miserable.
You found the way, the worst way possible. Please specify at some point how you did this. It's terrible. It really is.
Should I just say now what I did?
Michael's creating a Little Big Planet level with what accessory?
With the PlayStation Eye, because that's the only way I know of so far to get images into the game. So I've been pointing it, like sticking it on top of a PS3 and positioning that
fastest. Like you could take images with a camera, possibly load them up.
Maybe, I don't know. I haven't tried. But yeah, the only way that I know of for sure is to take pictures with the PlayStation Eye by pointing them at my computer screen. And it's kind of a bitch.
Whatever. What it looked good. What is Michael emulating in Little Big Planet? I don't know. But it starts with a crash.
It's a mystery to everybody.
It's a secret to everyone.
Secret to everyone. Fuck you.
Which, by the way, I realized Dan Amrich just posted his Rock Revolution review on the OXM site. So he gave that shit a 4 out of 10.
1.5 higher than than 1UP. Bias.
Which he does say, he cites the main problem with the game, which we're wondering about, is just horrible note charts. They just don't make any sense.
Send us off.
Don't be boring!
There we go.